Hello everyone, Jason Haynes here, QPL Rural with another edition of the Haynes Report, your weekly look at rural property around the Riverina. Well, I wanted to start this week off just by looking at an article that I read during the week. It is authored by Ian Robinson, and for those who don't know him, he's a partner with Robinson Sewell Partners, who are finance brokers. I think they're based out of Wagga. They did quite an interesting article on the price of land, and I just wanted to go through a few of the ideas here. It's well worth a read. So let's start off, Rob. Ian hit us pretty hard straight by saying that there's a preconception out there that farm price should actually equal what the income level of it is, i.e. there's a misconception that the farms should be able to pay for themselves. And he's basically making the argument that it's a simple matter of supply and demand, that farm price essentially won't pay for itself. And some of the driving forces behind this are well worth considering. Number one is supply is limited, and in a lot of cases, in fact, arable land in this country is actually reducing as we see urban spread and climate change and all those sorts of things happening. So you've got a resource that is no longer unlimited. Secondly, it goes to its highest and best use. Now this is different for every person. You've got obviously production that most farmers think in, but also there's value derived from biosecurity, carbon credits, intensification, tourism, even people's passion in agriculture and land banking and things like that. So the highest and best value for a piece of land is different for different buyers. Thirdly, pretty simple, you can't move it. It's a non-transferable asset. Now this is not only to do with rainfall and soil type, but you can't move it to a different political system. Therefore, blocks of land in different parts of states, even the world, have different value. And fourthly, an extracted value. Now this comes back to production, but essentially those who are most cost effective can afford to pay the most for the land. So quite often, as you would say, those with the best access to capital, to technology, economies of scale are in a better position to be able to afford to pay more and derive value for any individual piece of land. So you pour on top of this historically very low interest rates and hopefully two very good seasons behind us, and you've got a lot of different competing demands for a resource that is finite and of course highly desirable at the moment. Obviously prices are going up, and some of those fundamentals mean, like it's always done, prices will continue to rise. So next this week, some news on a few exchanges. Tikkawarra, a great property that we have had on the books for some time, but we have moved that to an exchange status at the moment. A good young family has moved in there, and they're going to be very excited when they take this property over to expand their dairy operation. Obviously, this is off the back of quite a strong dairy market at the moment and increased water, drop of feed production, or feed costs, should I say, in that region. So very good and thankful to all those involved. Secondly, this week we also were involved in a small 1,000-acre block transfer locally between a couple of local families. Again, this is actually going to see a change in use of this land, so thankful very much to our vendors and purchasers here as well. Lastly this week, I would be amiss not to mention DUNROMIN. Auctions coming up on Monday, 10 a.m. Monday on Auctions Plus. You've got this property there around that Barmedman area, and a nice little block, whether it's for grazing or cropping. There's going to be plenty of demand for this property. Register your interest, give Craig a call. He'll fit you up with an inspection at last minute, but as I said, 10 o'clock Monday morning on Auctions Plus, that's when it's going to go to head. And you need to put your hand up if you're interested in DUNROMIN. Lastly, the lease properties out at Colliambley. We've got 3 good irrigation properties there, and a good opportunity for somebody to put their hand up and lease these for a number of years. This water market is quite strong, and probably now's the time to be stepping into this market and capitalising on strong commodity prices and water prices that hopefully will be reasonably soft for the next couple of years. So give me a call on this one. Only too happy to give you an inspection. Now, as always, if you'd like any more information on anything we've mentioned here today, please feel free to give me a call, 0488 594 450. We'll catch up again next week. Cheers.